I can take the questions that you've been sending. Yes, I can take those and end the poll. And let me just share another one with you. This is just the last poll. All right, while I take your questions. I think some people are writing on my screen. Please do not write on my screen, okay? Or else, yes, I will not be able to see some few things. All right, thank you. Let me take your questions now. Just give me 1 sec. Give me 1 sec. Let me find the question. Keep, yes. Let me find the questions coming in. Okay, I think the question, I'm not sure it was populated here. I said it should be populated here so that I can quickly answer them. Okay, yes, it was populated. All right, great. All right, great. Okay. So I'm going to be taking the questions that you've asked. They are on the screen right now, and I'm very sure you can still see that that screen. Yes, that screen. Okay. So I'm going to quickly answer those questions, and please keep sending your questions to me, and then the questions will be added. So I came in late. Please explain the concept of Agile environment. Sorry, this particular webinar did not really explain Agile environment. We had a webinar some time ago. It's on our YouTube channel. So please, you can listen to that particular webinar, and it will tell you about Agile. All right, the Agile environment, and you can attend our course as well on Agile. So this particular information session is not about explaining Agile. So but we had a particular webinar to explain that, and you can go on our YouTube to listen. So how do we prepare for the Agile aspect of the exam? I think I've answered that. So to prepare for the Agile side, one, you can attend a course with an ATP, or you can come to us as well. And we have some Agile courses content that we can provide you with. And so, yes, that's the best way to prepare for the Agile. To be honest, to prepare for the Agile is more than what we have in PMBOK, absolutely. So I will advise that minimum, you should understand it, minimum, up to DSDM level, okay? Come on, up to, why is it not writing? Up to D, okay, it's not writing any longer. I'm wondering why it is not writing. Okay, but up to DSDM level, yes, that's Agile PM. So because you must understand Agile in depth. Yes. Next, does your training material explain detail about Agile? And do you have any sample questions? Yes, absolutely. When we become ATP, we're going to have the 200 cloned questions from PMI. So yes, absolutely yes. So yes, all you need to pass the exam, all will be provided to you with no additional material if you attend our course as an ATP. Yes, and some of us took this course in August and want to do the exam in February. We will be allowed to train for free? No. Yes, every discount, yes, but for free, no. Why? Because there are some specific costs that we need to pay to PMI for every trainee, every student, and we cannot bear that at all. So every discount, yes. Free, no. Next, how much does the examination cost? I think I've answered that question. Yes, and the exam cost is on PMI website, $555. I took the PMP training long before the exam was changed. What would you advise best way to go about preparing and studying for the new exam? I think I talked about that as well in my final slide, that you will need to attend a refresher course, whether that's the PMI self-study, or you attend another course with an ATP. So it seems to be a very good time to take the PMP exam. Experience is now prioritized above knowledge. Oh yes, yes. To validate your experience in project management, yes, taking PMP exam can be very great. Would you recommend to take the PMP certification exam if you already have Prince 2, especially job search visibility in Canada? Yes, if you go into Canada specifically, some people do ask for PMP, but most job adverts, and you can check as well, all of these job boards in Canada, they do project management certification PMP/Prince 2. So you may not need to bother yourself, but if you, you lose nothing as well by having both, so instead of having one, you can have both. For me, sorry, I'm not boasting. I'm not boasting at all. I've got over 30 of them, over 30, so I've got Prince 2, PMP, and minimal around project management. So I would advise you to go for PMP. It's part of development. Absolutely. Next, I want to start the training and take the exam afterwards. How much will it cost for both the for guidance for Rebecca? Now we're gonna have the complete information on our website. We have some there right now, but it's gonna change. I can tell you that what we have there is 150, but I'm very sure it's gonna increase a little bit by the time we get our ATP, but it's gonna be a little bit. So yes, please just check our website before the end of the month. You're gonna have the updated information, or you can just text us or call us or chat with us. We're going to be able to answer you that question. What's the likely cost of training and exam? You know, like I said, definitely it's going to be more than 150 for training. I mean, I can tell you that authoritatively. It's going to be more than 150, and the exam does not change. Same fee, $555. So it's quite expensive right now. Quite expensive, I tell you. So are the 200 questions related to the new changes? Exactly, yes. To the new changes, absolutely, yes. And with your ATP accreditation coming up, would advise one way to, yes, I will advise you wait, to be honest. Even if you have scheduled your exam, if you can change the exam, please do wait, to be honest. Because the old questions are gone. You know, from all the feedback I've got last week on the new exam, they are gone. So they are all new questions. So please, if you can wait, that would be great, so that you can get access to the new set of questions that you can trust, not just any set of questions, the questions from PMI that you can trust, not from us. Next, what are the implications for those who have paid for the application and exam last year? Do we have to pay additional fee? No, for the exam fee has not changed. So it's still the same exam fee. Is you may need to pay additional fee to just take yourself up to the level of knowledge to pass the new exam. That's the only additional fee that you may be incurring here. Or you can just, the fee can just be your effort reading those 10 books. So you can choose to read the 10 books, or you can choose to attend an ATP program. So now you now have a very hard decision to make. Yes, about the exam itself. All right, I think those are the only ones I have here. Let me check the chat now to see the ones that may not have been updated. The one that may not have been updated. I took the exam last year but didn't pass. Okay, no, sorry. Let me just get to where the last that was updated. Okay, yes, I think I've just taken that. So send in the last poll. Oh yeah, okay. Then I'm just looking at the other questions. Okay, I want to start the training and take the exam as soon as possible. How much will it cost for both the guidance of Rebecca? Like I said to you, I cannot give you a particular price right now, but definitely for both training and exam, training will be more than 150K. Absolutely, it will be more, a little bit more, and the exam fee is same. And the month, about 150 plus K will cover all the material and everything you need to pass the exam. Then when will the 7th edition take effect? Taking effect maybe, what we heard from people around PMI and around the world is going to be 2022, but there's no official statement from PMI, but definitely it will not affect the exam in 2021. Absolutely, I'm sure of that. Hi, Didi, can we get the video up on the LMS portal? Yes, yes, I wouldn't really understand that question fully. Can we get this video? Oh, this video? No, this video is going to be on YouTube. We're going to be uploading this video on YouTube, and we're going to send all of you the link latest by Monday. And do you provide online training for those outside Lagos? Yes, in fact, all our courses, because of COVID, had moved on, online like this. So we hold our courses on Zoom, and it's always very interactive as well. So you will enjoy it. So yes, Kemi, yes, the answer is yes to that. I took the exam last year, December, but didn't pass. Sorry about that. How would you advise I take the exam again? To be honest with you, the best advice I can give to you right now is to attend a course with an ATP. Do not chance it again, please. Because you're going to have everything you need to pass the exam right from from PMI themselves. So if I'm taking PMP training with HTI, will I be trained in depth in Agile? Yes, everything you need to know in Agile, you're going to know. Absolutely. And how much is your training? Like I've answered that question. The cost itself definitely will be more than 150K, a little bit, but not fully set for now. And we communicate that to you as soon as we can. Is there any change in the PDU? No, there's no change in the PDU for now. Any specific qualification required for PMP? No qualification, only experience. 36-month experience. That's equivalent to 3-year project management experience. So when you are completing your form, you need to complete those experience, based on the project that you've managed for 3 years. Over the last 13 or 15 years of your life, at least you must be able to come up with 36-month experience of project management. Somebody said I failed previous PMP and the IBA, but needed to retake them at the time. But please, what cost implication? The cost implication for both, please, I will advise you get back to my team. My team will be able to break it down for you. So I may not be able to give you exactly the cost of all of these right now. And will you recommend Rita's 10th edition as part of the study material? To be honest, I'm always a fan of Rita. When I took my PMP many years ago, I read Rita myself. So that was the only book I read within 1 week, and I went to write the exam and I passed. So I never did any dump or anything. I only answered the question in Rita's book. So forever, I will always recommend Rita if you can get it as well. Though I'm not then sure the new edition, I've not checked it, whether it covers everything. So I cannot guarantee that, because PMI specifically mentions that no ATP can write book any longer. No ATP can produce e-learning any longer. So you only train, you only train. So I'm not sure whether they're going to be allowed to include the new, the PMI specific content. So I'm not sure of that, right? I'm not. But as part of companion text, you may be able to use that, but the real stuff from PMI, I'm very sure it wouldn't include that at all, because PMI said they are the only one that have the right and the copyright to their content, and even for every student, we must pay for every student to be able to access those digital content. Okay, for how much can we access your previous Agile training? Please get across to us on our website, chat with us, send us email. We will be able to tell you exactly how much that will be, because I cannot just give you one blank cost for now. Please get across to us and we will be able to help. Can people outside Nigeria take the ATP training for PMP? Absolutely. Wherever you base around the world, yes, you can take it because all our trainings are online. That's on Zoom, and you're going to enjoy it. Very, very interactive. Not like this webinar where where you are not allowed to talk. But in our trainings, yes, you can. We interact a lot, and yes, and you're going to enjoy it. I missed the part you talked about when the organization hopes to become ATP. When they want to become ATP, to be honest, the information is on PMI website, because now this one is not about becoming ATP just as a student. So please check PMI's website, or we're gonna send the slides to you and you can use the slide. But the best information portal is PMI website itself, that will answer every question you have about ATP. And if you still do not understand it, you can give them a ring. I still called them yesterday and they will be able to explain some things to you. So what is your advice between taking Scrum and PMP? To be honest, all of them, okay? All of them. So they'll have their advantages, they'll have their pros and cons. So I will advise all of them. Like I said to you, sorry, I'm not boasting. I've got more than 30 of them. So all of them. I missed some parts of this discussion. Please, what's the full meaning of ATP? Authorized Training Provider. That's the ATP. Authorized, that's the PMI, authorized training providers, and they're going to provide us with all the necessary content and materials that you need to pass the exam, including questions. Please share your contact number for inquiries. Yes, please. Our contact number is 002. If you're in Nigeria, 002-839-1360. 0802 839-1360. So you can contact us on that, or come on our website. There are many other channels you can reach us through. How much is the refresher course? To be honest, we'll come back to you on that. Please get across to us. We're going to be getting across to you as well. We all have your contact details, so we're going to send that to you as soon as we finalize that and we get the accreditation, the authorization from PMI. We're going to be communicating that to everybody. How long will the refresher course take? Absolutely, it's a full course. It's going to be a full course, so minimum 35 hours. And can people outside Nigeria take your training? Absolutely. We have people taking our training from the UK, from Canada, from Australia, from US. So we have people joining our courses all around the world. So it's global. So it's not just Nigeria. I paid for the exam last year. Any issue? No issue. If you paid last year, it's still the same thing. What's the major advantages of Cbap over PMP. Now we're going to have another session for Cbap. Please keep an eye out. We're going to be sending the information very soon, within the next few weeks, for Cbap. I'll be able to answer that question in Cbap, because Cbap is just business analysis, which is a little part of, it covers a little part of PMP, but PMP is in-depth project management itself. But the business analyst, they do more than project. They work before project and they work after the project as well. So the business analyst job covers pre-project, project, and post-project. But PMP only covers mostly the project itself. All right. Hello, Deji. Yes, hello. If the training is going to start, how long will the classes be? Minimum 35 hours. So we're then going to spread it across many days. But because it's online, we do not take it too long. Maximum 6 hours per day. So it's going to be about 5-6 days of training. So thank you. And with your ATP online training factor, the difference for the time, yes, we're going to find, at least we're going to make it a little bit to be convenient for people across the world, or we can even have multiple sessions. So we can have sessions for the North America if we have many people coming from North America, and then we can have one for Europe and Africa. Absolutely, yes, we're going to consider all of those. Yes, now that the experience matters more than knowledge, how do those of us who are inexperienced in project management pass the exam? For someone who has done MBA before, and okay, sorry, let me quickly say that I've got MBA myself. No, in this case, MBA does not even matter. Okay, is there any special edge the fellow will enjoy? No special edge. Okay, so if you do not have experience, we have another one that we are coming up with, which is practical project management, where you're going to gain experience. And then if you do not have the required experience for PMP, you can take the CAPM and start to practice. The CAPM does not require experience, so yes, so you can take that. And can your training be more practical as to simulate typical work environment? Now, the boot camp for passing the PMP, no. But we have another training for practical. So if you want practical experience, so we can bond the practical experience with that, then that will no longer be 35 hours, that will be many hours. So we have a particular program coming up for that. So please stay in touch with us, or please send us information, and I'm very sure we're going to take notes of your name and we're going to come back to you on that. Okay. How can I access the PMI self-study? To access that, that's about $699. Our courses will be cheaper than that. But if you want to access that, it's on their website. It's on pmi.org, so you can find that there as well. For this change in PMP right now, Prince 2 Foundation and Practitioner is the way to go. If you feel like that, to be honest, you lose nothing by going the Prince 2 way at all, because PMI has finally accepted that Prince 2 is a superior. No, they've not really accepted that it's superior. They've just taken all of these other changes in the world. And that's why they've reduced PMBOK to be very, very small, from 1,000 pages to 250 pages. Just for you to know that now we just want to talk about high level. So for you to manage project, you're going to need more than PMBOK. You're going to need many things. You're going to need Prince 2. You're going to need IPMA. You're going to need Agile. You're going to need, so that's what they've just done. They've just accepted that. Guys, we cannot provide a body of knowledge that will cover everything. So we can only stay at that high level and then recommend. Shukuma, please do not write on my screen. And then recommend to people the other books to read or the other things to study in order to improve their competency around project management. All right. Okay. And yes. Does Arabica assist us with completing forms? Absolutely. If you join, if you come to us and you pay our fee, yes, we support you. Absolutely. In fact, the form is even simpler now, only 4 pages. So very, very simple now, better than the past. Would be an administrator in the university and acceptable as a project management experience. Now, we will need to understand what you've been doing as an administrator. So please, I will advise that you call us, or we take note of your name. One of my colleagues will call you in order to understand your specific situation. So I may not be able to just answer you yes or no, because it depends. All right. So, but somebody from my team will call you to answer that question. I had training with Rebecca last year. Thank you for coming on our training. But because of the changes, so I need the whole ATP course. Or is there any edited version of the people like us? Yes, for the people that had attended the PMP course with us last year, we're coming up with a package, and we're going to let you know very, very soon. As soon as we get the ATP authorization, we're going to come to you before the end of the month. And can you give us a short briefing on Lean Six Sigma? Oh, please, sorry, because of the time, I've even overstretched the time. I will not be able to talk about Lean Six Sigma right now, but we have another webinar coming up very soon on Lean Six Sigma. We're going to send the information to everybody, and please keep an eye out on our channels on Facebook, on LinkedIn, and then you're going to get this information so that you can register for that session, and we can talk about Lean Six Sigma, and another session as well. We're going to talk about the Cbap, that's the business analysis, and some other things. So please keep an eye on many other sessions coming up this year. We're going to have a lot of webinars to just make people aware of these certifications and how they can add value to your career. But for now, for today, this all is just about PMP exam changes. So any chance of change in time to the midday for your training to accommodate? Yes, like I said, absolutely. We're gonna start, we're gonna try to accommodate different time zones. And even in our webinar going forward as well, we're going to take note of that. And when will Rebecca be ready to start PMP class? Now, we are just waiting for our authorization. I was still in talk with them yesterday, but before the end of the month, we should have our authorization, and we will communicate when we're going to resume training. But for now, we do not want to train anybody without those materials from PMI, because that's the only way we can guarantee that you are receiving quality from us. Right? Is there any changes to the PPD? No changes. I mean, when Rebecca will become ATP, so I know. Yes, we're going to let you know when we become ATP, and definitely we're going to be coming back to you with that. Okay, how soon can the refresher? Yes, like I still do not know the date until we have the authorization. I cannot give you a specific date. Sorry. And one of some of us who prefer physical training, unfortunately, for now, we do not have any plan for physical training for now because of the COVID rules. Would there be classroom training? I prefer that. Not for now. It's going to be online. For now, are you saying I'll be ready for the exam after 5 days? No, I'm not saying after 5 days, because after you attend the training, it's going to take you time to then prepare and practice and read. And again, we read at different paces. So some people read very fast, some people take their time. So I cannot really give a specific date, but at least everything you need to pass the exam, you're going to have everything in 5 days. But to then study and understand everything fully, that cannot happen in 5 days. I'll be lying to you to say that will happen in 5 weeks. Aside from the level of experience, is there any difference between CAPM and PMP? Is the level of difficulty in the exam. The level of difficulty in CAPM exam is just straightforward, easy questions, but PMP is situation-based and scenario-based. So you have to think, and you've got to reflect on your experience before you can answer those questions. So that's the main difference between CAPM and PMP. Yes, and is Arabica among the authorized? No, we are not ATP yet. We are just in process. We've submitted our application. We're only waiting for them to finalize everything. So we are not yet, but we're going to be very soon. But we used to be rep. Is Arabica among the? No, okay, I've just answered that question. Will you advise we stop reading any material from your past PMP training until the refresher course? No, because everything we have in the old course, everything is still applicable. Everything. It's just the additional. So please do not stop. In fact, the more you understand that, the more you're going to be ready for the new content. So it's not like a new content entirely. It's just the agile part and how PMI is asking the question, or how they're going to ask the question. That's the one that you are waiting for. But that something will change from what we have done already? None, guys, none at all. If you attended our old course, no, nothing is changing, guys. Nothing at all. Okay, I think I've been able to answer all the questions here. Thank you very much for taking time to attend our discussion today. I really, really appreciate. And like I said, we're going to be uploading the video on YouTube, and you're going to have access to them later today. And if you need any question, please, you can reach us on through any of those channels on our website. We've got our numbers there. We've got our email address. You can fill a form and you can chat with us, even offline messages. We're going to respond to you as soon as we can. So thank you very much for your time. And we're going to be sending out information about other events that we have lined up for the rest of the year. And please sign up to learn, at least find out some information for free. And thank you very much for your time. And nice meeting you. And enjoy the rest of your day.